This is Jam Hot.
My name is Dee Belafonte and I'm a Community Support Officer on the Clissold ward, which is part of Hackney Borough. Yeah, there are times where people will say to me, oh, you're a sellout, and things to that nature. And my response to that is, you know, if you were to go to the West Indies, for example, 99.9% of the officers there are going to be black officers. Are they sellouts too? You know, we have to reflect the community, the diverse community in which we live in, and it would be sad not to have ethnic minorities within the force out there representing their communities. I mean, for example, I might go to an incident where, you know, the people involved might feel more comfortable talking to me than talking to a white officer or an officer of another background, and in turn I will probably be able to get my message across, or the message across, a lot easier, because I'm familiar with people of a similar background or similar culture to myself. So in aspects like that, when I break it down and I explain, well, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what colour an officer is, because if there's something happens and, you know, you have to act upon it, it doesn't matter who's acting upon it, just as long as, you know, the end result is a positive one and everybody's happy at the end of the day. But I'm quite proud to be an officer, and to be a black officer is something that I think is an achievement, because there's so much against you in that, you know, perceptions of the public. I know people whose families are staunchly anti-police and they're within the job as well, so, you know, it's a big thumbs up to that. And the more ethnic minorities come on board, is the better relations will be out there on the street, because it's about educating people out on the street as well. It's not just about, you know, walking around policing, and, you know, some people will say, oh, you know, you harass and you do this and you do that, but you have to point out to them what you might call harassment is just acting upon what the general public, people in the community, want to see us doing. We're their servant. So if we get a phone call saying there's antisocial behaviour, and we go down and we see a bunch of youths in a stairwell, for example, making noise or drinking or smoking or just being a general nuisance, we will deal with that accordingly, because that is what is required of us. So it's not harassment, it's just, well, talking to people most of the time and letting them know, well, this isn't the way to behave, come on, you can do better than that, there's places you can go, there's things you can be doing, you don't need to be in a stairwell, you know, at 12 o'clock midnight making a noise and harassing people who, you know, who are trying to get some sleep. So, you know, there's a balance, and once you hit that balance and you break down certain barriers, it's good, it's positive.